The Articles of Confederation was the first written constitution of the United States. From the beginning of the Revolution in the 1700s, Congress felt the need for a stronger union. During early years of war with Great Britain, the desire became a belief that the new nation must have a constitutional order, but a weak one. The colonists feared having a strong central government would only lead to having a tyranny like in Great Britain.
The Articles of Confederation was created on November 15, 1777, and was ratified on March 1, 1781. It established the United States of America as a confederation of sovereign states and served as its first constitution. The Articles provided domestic and international legitimacy for the Continental Congress to direct the American Revolutionary War. The Articles of Confederation had strengths and weaknesses.
Let's start with the strengths and successes. The Articles of Confederation gave all states equal vote in Congress. It made it so that 9 states had to agree to declare war or admit new states, so smaller states can't overrule larger states. It created executive departments within the government, and it also established the Land Ordinance of 1785 and the Northwest Ordinance, which created territorial government, set protocols for admission of new states, division of land into useful units, and set aside land in each township for public use.
Now on to the weaknesses. The Articles of Confederation made it so Congress had no power to collect taxes. They also had no power to make laws or regulate trade among various states. Congress had no power to force state government to honor agreements with foreign nations. They had no power to make laws to directly regulate the behavior of citizens. States began to coin their own money, rendering the federal government useless.
And thus led to several problems that developed under the Articles. 1. England. England refused to send ambassadors to America because they didn't know whether they were to send 1 ambassador or 13 due to the changes in Congress. England refused to trade with America, and they began to cite Indians against settlers on the frontier.
Two, Spain. Spain became openly hostile. They closed the Mississippi River to Americans, which also included the port of New Orleans that the southern states needed for trade. 3. France. France wanted their loans repaid, but we couldn't repay them because all states used their own currency. Because of so, France limited trade with the U.S.
4. Pirates. Countries would pay tributes to pirates to keep them from being attacked, but the United States didn't have money to pay, so whenever they got into pirate waters, they would fly the Union Jack, the British flag, to keep from being attacked. The pirates figured this out and began to stop British ships too. Britain starts impressments on the U.S. 5. Inflation. Too much money was being printed from all the states, and because of this, money became worthless due to the inflation.
6. Disunity. Because Congress could not regulate trade, states began charging taxes for goods traveling through their state. States would have to pay several taxes to send their goods, and they began to sue each other. In 1786, farmers were getting foreclosure notices from the bank to take back farms. Daniel Shea decided to form an army and march on the banks in Massachusetts. Nothing could really be done because the Articles of Confederation made it so Congress had no power to regulate behavior. This rebellion caused many people to criticize and rethink the Articles of Confederation.
In the end, the Articles of Confederation had many weaknesses and created several problems for the United States. However, it also provided a stepping stone towards our present-day Constitution.